Another edition of Walking with J.Beau. Heading off on my walk a little bit later than I wanted to, because I don't know what that was all about. I don't know that person driving. Maybe it's just a weird day. Anyway, we're going on this walk today. Kind of a special post. I hate motorcycles. They're loud. Kind of a post-Trump assassination attempt. Second attempt. I was just watching the live coverage online. Watched a little bit of CNN. And apparently, they tried to kill our Trump again. I'm going to flip this around for a selfie. I don't know if I need a shave or not. I don't care. So anyway, hi everybody, J.Beau here. It's another assassination attempt on Trump. He was at his Trump International Golf Course in West Palm Beach, and it was reported that he was in between hole 5 and 6, and before the assassin could fire a shot, Secret Service noticed a rifle muzzle moving around through bushes, which actually from the photos released was a chain link fence, and they engaged the shooter immediately before he was ready to do what he was going to do. So the photographs released show a rifle leaning against the fence, but first what happened was the guy took off and left his stuff there after exchanging gunfire. Secret Service, from what I just saw in the press conference, and got in his car and took off. An eyewitness snapped a photograph of the car, okay, and that was used, as well as the license plate and tag. I think they said they used a tag search system that they use in law enforcement, and they got a hit on that vehicle on I-95, and they pulled him over and arrested him. They said he was calm, there was no confrontation. The guy that did the shooting was in his 60s, it said, and so anyway, back to the fence. His perch that he was going to use for this shooting had a view of hole number 5 and hole number 6, and apparently this guy knew Trump was going to be playing golf today, and it's also apparent that he has scouted that area out previously because he picked a good spot. So really, everything else aside, I want to know how this guy knew Trump was playing golf at that day, knew he was going to be there at that time, and was familiar with the golf course enough to know where to get inside the bushes. So most of the golf course is lined with palm trees and shrubs, and it has a fence going around it. And this person was outside the fence. So we're going to get more information, but the guy did have a backpack. Now CNN reported it as having 2 backpacks. He didn't have 2 backpacks. He had 2 items hanging on the fence that hold things. Okay, one seemed like probably like something like one of those shopping bags with handles, and the other one was a backpack. And according to the FBI and Secret Service, there were ceramic plates in it, which is bulletproofing armor, bullet armor, probably rated for 308 or less. And he had a GoPro. He had a GoPro hanging from the fence. Now, according to what I saw in the press conference, they didn't elaborate if he was currently live streaming or had the intent to live stream. But you can do that with a GoPro if you have something that is an internet source in the backpack, a portable internet server. We actually have one of those. I think my brother uses his for work. It's a portable gateway kind of thing for internet. Right? And so anyway, he had the intent of live streaming his deeds. So because he left the rifle leaning up against the fence. The photos were released. Both my brother and I sat down and we figured out what rifle it was. And CNN was reporting it as an AK-47. And it's an AK format, but it's not an AK-47. Not in the traditional sense. And wait till this motorcycle goes by. I really hate these things. So anyway, that's one of those things I've always said, you know, if you have a car with an exhaust leak, they'll pull you over and give you a ticket, and it's not even half as loud as a legal motorcycle. So anyway, I don't get anything against bike owners. I'm just pointing something out. Anyway, so he left his rifle up against the fence, and if you look at the rifle, you'll see photos of it from a video capture. The photo is of a rifle that has a traditional hunting rifle stock, okay? That rifle is set up for hunting. It does not have the AK-47 pistol grip, and it has the kind of stock that you can interchange with different styles. You could put a tactical stock on there. It's very non-traditional to a regular AK-47. But CNN had this guy on there, which really, I actually laughed out loud, saying that it's an AK-47 and those are foreign made, he said. I'm like, no, they're not. Cold War era, original fully automatic AK-7s. Yeah, okay, they're made behind the Iron Curtain. You got the Chinese one, the Russian one, etc. This one we figured out by looking at its design, just from that still photograph they released. Tracked it down online pretty quickly and pretty easily, so you know, maybe we should work for CNN. But it was definitely a Saiga, S-A-I-G-A, and could be the 74, but we'll find out more when they release that info. But the Saiga AK format, you can get it in 308. You can also get it in the R54, and you can also get it in there's 2 other calibers. The most popular one, obviously, 7.62 by 39, and judging by the photograph, it had a 30-round magazine in it, and it was a banana mag, Definitely not a 308, which if he was going to be an assassin, really, you'd want the 308. It's a more capable round. Or even the R54. I forget the exact 7.62 by... I don't remember. Sorry, I don't own one. But anyway, it is a hunting round. It's got more pop, more potent. And this rifle had an optic on it. It was clearly 7.62 by 39, judging by the width and the bend in the magazine. So this guy obviously pre-planned this. So we got somebody that pre-planned it, was going to stream it live on the internet. That's what they said on the press conference. So I don't know if the guy was in the process of actually having a live stream going. I don't know what website he was using. I don't think it would be Facebook, but we'll find out. And if there is video like that, I want to see some of it, at least. I want to see what was found on the GoPro SD card, the mini SD card. Also what they streamed, what kind of commentary they made on the camera, and the way the camera was hanging on the fence, it's already been adjusted. And I know that because I'm walking with a GoPro now, okay? This guy was gonna live stream Trump's assassination. That's what it looks like at this moment. Now, talk about the year getting even stranger, right? My goodness, what a crazy year. So, that being said, I gotta keep an eye on traffic so I don't die. This person pre-planned this. I want to know how he knew that was the correct perch that he needed to be in. He's familiar with the golf course. Of course, all of this information is available online. We pinpointed pretty much exactly where he was perched using Google Maps. We went down and used the street view, compared it to the video being shown on CNN of the palm trees that were taped off with the shrubs. So we pretty much figured out exactly everything without the help of CNN, really, other than having a photograph and video of the palm trees roped off. So anyway, initially they had reported that they didn't know how far away this person was when he was doing the shooting. Now we know. He was right on the edge of the golf course. If he would have had a sight line of Trump, Trump would be dead, okay? A Sega rifle, they still haven't announced that it's a Sega rifle, okay? I want to reiterate that. That's our own assessment from looking at it and seeing that it is not your traditional AK-47. Sega is a high-end rifle. This particular rifle, if it's the one we think it is, starts at around $1,700. Usually around $2 grand. It's a high-end quality item. So this guy probably knew what he was doing. It's not something that an amateur would buy unless they won a lottery. And so that's all the info I have on that. And I'd be excited to hear about what you think. By the time I uploaded this and you watch it, all of this information, or at least half of it, might be inaccurate. I don't know. I'm not claiming to be, I'm not spreading misinformation. I'm just giving my opinion. I'm on a vlog. This is what vlogging is. It's kind of a video log or video diary. And I walk every day. I'm doing this for exercise, not for politics. I could very well be talking about swimming pool pumps or something, you know. Anyway, the facts as they are right now is that it's the second assassination attempt on Trump. The FBI has confirmed that today, and that the shooter was interrupted before he could complete his task because an advance agent ahead of Donald Trump. That's how Secret Service works. Trump will be here. The advance team will be a certain distance up ahead just for this very reason. And he noticed something, immediately engaged the shooter, and gunfire was exchanged. Now, I don't know if the guy shot back or if he just ran and the Secret Service was shooting at him. I don't know, but gunfire was exchanged. President Trump was put in the golf cart and they headed off in a safe direction immediately. But if you look at the golf course map, which is online, you can also Google the layout per hole. It has been confirmed he was between hole 5 and 6. And if you look at the map, there's a pretty good sized body of water separating 5 and 6, okay? Why is that important? Well, that's important because you have a body, okay, looking at it from your way, if you were looking at the map, I'll wait until I get a safe, so I'm not standing in the road. Bear with me for a moment so I don't die. I don't want to die today giving a report on what happened. All right, a little safer down here. Okay, looking at it from, I'm going to try to do this like I was in a mirror, okay, like this was like a reverse view. Let's say you got the golf course here. You have a road that goes down like this and a road that goes like this. Hole number 5 or 6 goes right by that road, and that's where the shooter was in the trees. Now, you have a body of water that goes between 5 and 6. It's a long, kind of like banana-shaped body of water. It's a golf course. And you have a thin strip of land that you have to go across along where that fence is. That's where this guy was set up. Guarantee you he would not have missed Trump, okay? It would have been an easy shot. Now, I know on CNN they were talking about, oh yeah, the length, 5 and 600, 5th and 6th hole, that's like 350, 400 yards. That type of rifle can make that shot, which it can. But I'm telling you, looking at it on Google Maps, between hole 5 and 6, there's only one strip of land that gets in between 5 and 6. It's narrow, and it goes along that fence, and that's where that guy was. So, the other thing you notice in the photograph is you have a backpack hanging on the fence with a ceramic plate in it, bulletproof body armor, okay? And then you have another thing hanging there with body armor in it also. And you got the camera attached to the fence, ready to film, or was in the process of filming. So, the reason why I say that is on the fence, there's like these vines, kind of like vines and leaves growing on it. It's not a clear opening, so this guy would have had like a window to look through. So I think he was sitting there waiting for Trump to go by that thin piece of land. You follow? Once you look at the Google Map layout, you'll see what I mean. After you get yourself the map itself, which actually has the holes numbered on it, you'll see hole number 5 and 6, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, obviously I can't show that to you here. I could superimpose it on my video, but I don't like to do stuff like that. So anyway, excuse me. So with, again, I'm no firearms expert. Yeah, I get a firearm channel. That doesn't mean anything, okay? I'm not professing to be some kind of expert in any of this. I'm just professing what's on my mind, what I've noticed. But those are the key things with me, is I'm pretty sure, because of Secret Service protocol and his being a former president and already having an enhanced team from the last assassination attempt and being a former president, that they're not revealing when tea time is for President Trump, okay? I would really hope they're not doing that. But this is not the first time that he's played golf at that course. It's one of his golf courses. And obviously, I'm telling you, once you find all this information and you see what I saw with the map and where they have it roped off on the video on CNN, and I could see some people looking around for what looked like shell casings in the grass. So I don't know if they were trying to recover Secret Service spent casings, or don't know what they were looking for. But it is blatantly apparent that that is what happened, that it was another assassination attempt of Trump because of these people right here. The Harris campaign has been talking about Donald Trump being a threat to democracy. On the debate stage, she said he was going to rip up the Constitution. Democracy would be destroyed forever if he won. So when you tell people that, a lot of people are going to believe it because the media is echoing that sentiment. So if they say it's true, it's true. And it's irresponsible because it's not true. I would not vote for a dictator. I would not vote for a racist. I would not vote for anybody like Donald Trump on what they claim he is. So that's really what's driving this, is this media. The media machine is what caused this. And the Kamala campaign not saying, okay, hold off on this stuff. They did for about 2 days after the Butler assassination attempt. They're going to do the same thing this time, and then next week it's going to be the same thing. Trump is a dictator, you know, and it's like, this needs to stop, okay? It needs to stop. This is bullshit at this point. One of these people is going to be successful eventually. That guy today would have been successful. And the best way that it was explained in the press conference is Trump isn't a sitting president. He's not going to have sniper teams everywhere he goes. They did not have sniper teams for this because he's a citizen running for president. He has an excellent Secret Service team. Obviously, as we saw today, they saved the day because somebody did their job right and knew what they were doing. And they engaged the shooter before he could cause any damage and shoot at Trump. Now, we don't know exactly what sight line this guy had. I only have the picture of the fence and the hole that was the viewing hole through the leaves that are around it. But there's no way anybody could have detected this guy there unless they used some pretty high-tech heat sensing equipment, scanning the tree lines looking for heat sources, or body images, or whatever they can use these days. So, I mean, this is crazy. This is lunacy. What the hell's going on? You know, they released the shooter's name. His last name was Routh, R-O-U-T-H-E. Something Wesley Rauch. Guy in his 60s. That's what they said. So, there was an initial report that this vehicle had left the parking lot of the golf course, which is around the corner. So I don't know if he's a golf member there. We'll all find out, but it's Trump International Golf Course and they have a membership. It's private. So we'll have to wait and see. But anyway, I just wanted to do a selfie stream to talk about all that. Now I'm going to flip the camera around and continue on my walk. I'm glad you're here. And we have the Kamala Harris crazies, crazy Democrats. And we got another one over here. Crazy people. And then we have a Trump. We got a Trump guy right over here. So anyway, I'm gonna flip it around now. So here we go. We got the Trump guy over here. Trump survives to fight another day. I wanted to get my walk in before it got dark. I might not make it. The sun's going down. It's pretty warm right now. But that's why I chose a city walk. I was going to do a woods walk earlier, but now that this happened and I had to watch the press conference and see what was going on. But anyway, I just thought I'd share that. Now, eventually they're going to release exactly what kind of rifle it was. I don't know if they're going to release the make and model of the rifle, but I'm telling you it's a Sega. So, and that's one of their hunting models. Now, I don't know if the stock on there was added by him or not, but it's definitely a rifle that you can do that because it does not have the AK pistol grip. So, we'll see. We'll see what's initially released. I still can't even tell you the model and make of the rifle used in the mass shooting here in Lewiston. I don't know which one the shooter in Butler, Pennsylvania had. Don't know any of that stuff. As we have an electric car coming up behind me, they sound weird. Toyota. So, there we go. Another assassination attempt on President Trump because of these friggin' lunatics firing everybody up with over-the-top, unrealistic, ridiculous, stupid rhetoric in the media who have no shame whatsoever. And, I mean, this is insane. I mean, come on now. This guy would have succeeded today. With that rifle, which is more than capable, waiting for Trump to come by, he would have been going by in a golf cart, and he would have been an easy target. Unless he gets one of those bulletproof Pope-mobiles, makes all his golf shots inside a bulletproof glass booth. I mean, come on, you know? But anyway, they don't have the full presidential Secret Service detail because Trump isn't president. Kamala Harris issued a statement saying that condoning this kind of violence she doesn't condone it, and it's not who we are. It's all this, the usual crap, okay? But I'm saying next week she's going to be right back to calling him a dictator and a threat to democracy. And, you know, this rhetoric is causing it. And I think Trump ought to just come out and say that. People like Kamala Harris are going to get me killed, because they're irresponsible and they're unfit to be president, and they don't understand that people are going to follow up on what they say. So the media has been going off on this freaking Haitian immigrant thing. Trump's a racist, Trump's a racist, Trump's a racist. This is what we're going to have to deal with as a country if he wins. We're going to be a country of racists, and we're going to start rounding up citizens and putting them in cattle cars because Trump said he wants to be a dictator. This is the kind of rhetoric that they're spewing. And, you know, it's no wonder that somebody is going to do what we saw. So we see a squirrel skittering across the road. These people need to stop this. So anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about on this walk. I can't imagine spending the whole walk talking about this. But, you know, this is, I think at the end of the day, if you think about it, here we go again, right? This is another day where nobody's going to be talking about Kamala in the news for the next week or two. They're going to be talking about this assassination attempt. So she's out of the news again, which doesn't help her at all. So, whatever. You know, clearly Trump is the guy. They're not trying to kill Kamala, are they? You know? So, subliminally, it just means, well, Trump is the guy. He's the damn dude. He's the dude, man. You know, the dude. You know, from the Big Lebowski. So anyway, friggin' lunacy. This is crazy. Now, the other thing, you know what they're going to do is what they tried to do with the last assassination attempt, and they seem to give up on it pretty quickly because it's ridiculous. But you know, the Democrats have been pushing an assault rifle ban this week by coincidence. So that's going to be, this is the kind of thing you get with these rifles being legal. You know, this guy could do the same thing with a semi-automatic 308 old hunting rifle. So it's like, you could do this with a bolt-action rifle. You only need one bullet to assassinate somebody if the person knows what they're doing. So Lee Harvey Oswald, I believe, was a patsy. That's my own opinion. He may have thought he was going to assassinate Kennedy, but they had another backup shooter to make sure, and that's what they did. And I think Oswald's shot hit Kennedy in the throat, which you could see in the Zapruder film. He grabs his throat, and then another shot hits him right in the head and opens it right up. Pretty nasty wound. And I don't think Oswald did both of those. So he had some skill, but he wasn't skilled. Plus, he was using an Italian Carcano rifle, which is a pretty basic, rudimentary, old world battle rifle that the Italian army used pre-World War II, I believe. It was designed. So it was a good rifle for its time, but it was a pretty dumb caliber. Don't even know what the caliber was, but the ammo, you can't even really find it to buy it. You have to load your own. But I mean, you can find it, but you can get the rifle, a Carcano rifle, bolt action, Italian rifle. You can get that for $230 or $250 on Gunbroker, in decent shape. But the ammo is very expensive, but if you can find it. So it's one of those rifles. It's old and outdated, obsolete. But anyway, this guy had a nice modern rifle, very good quality. But that really killed me when CNN reported that AK-47s were foreign made. I'm like, what are you talking about? Probably 95% of the gun owners in America that have AK-47s are made in the United States or Turkey. The cheap ones are made in Turkey. This definitely was not that. Most of the rifles here are made in America. The one we have is made by Radley Defense, an American company. You got Palmetto State Armory, you know, Arsenal. So there's plenty of American companies making those. So that is just some of the bad reporting that happens today. It's pretty terrible, actually. And you know, it's one of those things where you notice it when you know about those things. How many things did they spew that you don't know about? And you just take it for granted they know what they're talking about. So I think America has really learned that the media is just really terrible. They're behind on everything when something breaks. So now the Fox News in Arizona, which I was watching a live stream of, they had that on live, Fox Now, and they actually had a guy on there that knew what he was talking about, so that was refreshing. he knew what the range capability in yards was for that format of rifle. He said it wasn't your traditional AK-47, so he knew that, judging by the photograph. And you can tell that right away looking at the video still that was released, because it has a regular rifle stock. It doesn't have your typical AK-47 stock, and it doesn't have the pistol grip on it. And pretty much the predominant rifle in the market like that is a Sega. I don't know if it was a 101 model, but it's a simulated AK format is what it is. It's not really an AK. It's like enhanced for more modern purposes. You can take the rifle stock off it, for example, and put a tactical stock on it of your choice. So, which I thought was interesting. So I just did a couple of internet searches and did my research and learned about the rifle. You can even install plenty of custom triggers in it because it is a hunting style rifle and it's a Sega. Very customizable. You can put a set trigger in it, and a set trigger is where you either have another secondary trigger where you pull that and then you pull the trigger. It disengages the trigger from firing, but it sets the trigger. So you can pull that and then you pull the trigger and click. It'll lock the trigger. And then all you got to do is pull the trigger. And it makes it like an extremely light hair trigger. Great for hunting because there's no creep at all. The gun just fires. And it allows you to be more accurate with your shot. I don't know if this one had a set trigger. I can't really tell from the photograph that was released, but you can usually tell because it'll look like it has two triggers, if that is in fact what they had. But that's neither here nor there. It was a good rifle anyway. And he was going to be at a short distance. So it would have been an easy shot. Our favorite president would be dead right now if that Secret Service agent had not paid attention and noticed the barrel sticking out of the bushes, probably moving around to get a sight picture, and he noticed it. So Trump posted on Truth Social that he was okay. He's been on the phone talking with people to let him know he's fine. So that's all the info I have about it. And like I said, by the time this is uploaded and you watch it, there'll probably be a bunch of new information. But I'm willing to bet that it was a Sega AK format. The reason why I say AK format is it resembles an AK, but it's not really an AK-47, as described by CNN anyway. So hopefully they will reveal exactly what that was, because I want to know. I definitely want to know. I'm going to pass another Harris sign on the lawn there. That's a new one because they had this other one up around the bush here, and we got this one over here. So we are in liberal la-la land in Lewiston right now. We had one Trump supporter around the corner, and like I said one day, this is kind of a main drag here, and you're just not going to see Trump flags out here because they'll get stolen or vandalized. because these leftists are lunatics. The media has them conditioned where it's okay to punch a Nazi in the face, basically. So they take umbrage and they destroy property that belongs to Trumpers. I haven't seen any reports of it here. I'm just saying rhetorically. Rhetorically speaking, I'm not here to spread false rumors, but we know what these people are like. They like to do things like attack people that have microphones and cameras and punch the guy holding it, slap the camera out of their hand, call them racist, Nazis, and that's what the media wanted. So if you're one of those people that do things like that and scream stupid things at people, then that means you are an easily led moron, and the media is telling you how you should behave, and you're doing so as a little puppet, a manipulated puppet, and you should be ashamed of yourself. People on the right do not promote violence or violent behavior. The January 6th thing was a riot. People were upset, and they are like I am. We still believe that that election was stolen, using the pandemic by activist secretaries of states as an opportunity to make sure Trump didn't win. In an election where he got more votes than any incumbent president in history, and miraculously Joe Biden got more than him. Through some divine miracle, 3 out of the 5 battleground states, or 6, he won by less than 20,000 votes, less than 1%. So that's all you needed to cheat with. Should be different this year. It's going to be more difficult for them to cheat, and Kamala Harris has to pretty much sweep all of these battleground states, and Trump just has to win a couple out of about 7. So the odds are not in Kamala's favor, heavily in Trump's favor. So we'll get more information on this assassination attempt. Trump assassination attempt 2.0. And we'll see who this guy is associated with, what his training is. But I can tell you right now, he had a high-end rifle. It was a Sega. They will announce that, I'm pretty sure. Again, that's my own opinion. It's not fact, okay? I'm not spreading misinformation. Which means the guy knew what he was doing, to some degree. Most new shooters are not going to go buy a $2,000 rifle as their first rifle, I guess is my point. So that will all be really revealed. And, you know, Iran has been upping their threats on Trump recently, so don't know if Iranians have anything to do with this. This guy had an English name, something Wesley Routh, R-O-U-T-H-E. Sounds kind of like German last name, maybe. Don't know. Just a guess. But I find it interesting that we happen to have a citizen that snapped a photograph with his phone of the car, and they got the license tag on it. And they did a tag search, and they got a lucky hit on it on I-95, and they caught the bastard. So that's all good. So this guy did not get to do what he intended to do, thankfully. Thank the Lord for that, seriously. Trump is truly blessed. So there's two things that happened here that I'm happy with our government agencies. One of them is the FBI issuing a statement pretty quickly stating that this was an assassination attempt. So they had more info on hand, especially when somebody's in the bushes, rousted out by Secret Service, gunshots are exchanged, and they find armor plating there with a GoPro set up in the fence and the rifle he was going to use. So yeah, it's an assassination attempt. So there's no way to, you know, there's no way to dehumanize Trump over this. They tried very hard to say that Trump staged the last assassination attempt, and they're going to say that with this one too. So it's definitely So it's definitely been established. This was the second assassination attempt today on Trump. They failed, so that's good. And so I don't know what the hell is this country going through, but this is crazy. And these rabid leftists who believe everything they're told by people on the internet are going to be told that Trump staged this one too. So the other thing that happened is somebody did have a legal affidavit, sworn affidavit, that works for ABC, who is keeping his name anonymous at the time because he doesn't want death threats and all kinds of stuff. But the affidavit was released that ABC did in fact cheat for that debate by giving the Harris campaign the questions ahead of time, as well as promising not to fact check Kamala Harris. That is what this employee of ABC says. That doesn't necessarily mean it's true, I should add. But it's a whistleblower. It was also falsely reported online that the whistleblower was killed in a car accident this weekend, which is false. Actually, Marjorie Taylor Greene actually reposted that online, and she shouldn't have done that. That was stupid. And as you're familiar with my walks, I'm not a huge fan of hers to begin with. She causes a lot of commotion and fighting within the party. And while she is a big Trump supporter, it would not break my heart if somehow she was no longer a congresswoman. So she is on the far right fringe. She's like the AOC of the Republican Party. And I don't like either one for those reasons. But anyway. So this comes, I can already hear the liberals online are going to try to say Trump staged this to cover up his affair he was having with Laura Loomer, which is the other thing that the media was trying to make a thing also. And I think Bill Maher should be very careful. He went on TV saying Laura Loomer is boinking the president, former president, Monica Lewinsky style. He's got no proof of that whatsoever, and he should be liable for defamation because Trump is a citizen. He's not an elected official. And I think Trump should sue him for that. For a lot of money. I really do, because that's defamation. I think Laura Loomer should sue him as well. I think you should have them both. Both should sue that. These are the kind of people that are the problem, okay? And this is what I was talking to you about. You know, Bill Maher sounds like a rational human being with common sense until he starts talking about Trump, and then he sounds like an idiot and a moron. But this is a good example of one of those trees. This is one of those ones that turn early. in Maine. So anyway, I'll wait till this person goes by. Hi. So anyway, got a skeleton across the street, and we got a nice tree where if the sun was out, that would be nice and bright and orangey looking. Everything is starting to turn. Insert Peanuts Thanksgiving special music. Now, conversely, what I wanted to talk about for a second was what would the media narrative be if there was an attempted assassination attempt on Kamala Harris? Can you imagine? They would start talking about this is the kind of rhetoric people like Trump bring out. Trump's responsible for this. You have the domestic terrorist mega people, and they'll use January 6th as an example. They'll just put January 6th in the background on a green screen in a loop, and saying that Trump cannot be president because this is the chaos that he brings. Just to give you an idea of their friggin' hypocrisy, okay? So while they're going to try to spin this in a way that, you know, refusing to legitimize Trump as a human being, and this was actually an assassination attempt, and there's no way they can say it wasn't. That if it was the other way around, it would be Bloody Sunday. Okay, today's Sunday. It would be Bloody Sunday, and Trumpers are domestic terrorists, and you know how it would go. That would be the next media cycle for the next, until probably the election. But because it was Trump and the other way around, they're not going to admit that they're violent. And this will be in the news for about a week. And then it'll be dropped and forgotten about like the last one. So, as we got some more Harris lawn signage over here, because they're supporting the losing team. See this? They're losing. They're losing. You got a whole bunch of polling companies saying they're winning, but they're not. You got other polling companies that say they're not winning, because they're not. So, as biased as the media has been to even deny that Trump was an assassination attempt the last time, they tried everything to make that a thing until the FBI said, yep, it was an assassination attempt. So I'm pretty happy that the FBI came right out and said that that's what this was this time, to get rid of that bullshit. A press conference was held right away, pretty immediate, with pertinent information that was important. And I'm happy with the transparency. And we're going to see some more information coming up. And I realize this picture image is probably starting to distort a little bit with the motion sensor, which it does when light starts to get diminished. If it should get dark enough before I get back, I'll switch over to the night setting, which is quite different. And I'm not wearing my chest vest today. Harness with that, so it'll be handheld. I'll have to try to be as steady as possible, but I really wanted to get this video made today when everything was fresh, and we'll see how this all shakes out. These people are crazy. So anyway, on the channel, I hope you like the new gun content. I uploaded the Mini 14 short segment. on there last night. I also uploaded the 1911s shooting them at the range. Very nice, as we get some trees turning across the street. It's going to start looking pretty real quick. Another day or two, I'll probably go on that country road walk, maybe sooner. So we can watch the leaves turn together. So anyway, you know, they know that Trump is leading in this election, despite what the polling says, and despite the fact that he didn't have a good debate, but he was ganged up on, and he has public sympathy from that. And that's not what people think it is. Independent voters, that's what matters. And Trump being Trump, got a text on my phone saying, "I'm safe, everybody." It's all the more reason why we need to raise money. So I'm asking people to make a $5 donation, if people can, which we should all do that. So anyway, this tree here is starting to change. Starting to get the outside of it changing colors. This is a beautiful tree. Last year it was ruined from all the rain. That's going to look really good this year. That's going to be a pretty tree to look at right here. The entire lawn there is going to be covered in leaves. There'll be leaves in the road. The only thing that'll ruin it is if we get some kind of tropical storm front that's windy with a lot of rain. It'll blow the leaves off the trees. That'll ruin it, but it won't ruin all the trees. So we get this one here is changing also. Pretty cool, I think. So again, I wanted to get this walk in while there was still more daylight, but there's another assassination attempt. Hi. So we're going to hang a left over here. And we walk the rest of this walk. Oh my goodness, what is the world coming to? Where has it gone? When it gets darker, I'll switch cameras. Not quite there yet. Just hit 3.5 miles. Look at the size of that moon. And I know on here you're not going to see the detail on that, but it's got nice detail of the face and the man in the moon. That's a nice picture. Not on this thing. It probably just looks like a glowing dot. But it's a big moon. Not a full moon. Isn't that weird? Like old folklore, you had the face in the moon. I wonder how many people back in the cave days saw that and wondered, what the hell? Why is there a face in the moon? Is that God? Get back to the house, I'll have some trail mix. And you'll notice that lawns are turning brown, kind of like what you see in California and other places like that when they don't get as much rain. But we usually get a lot of rain. That's a rare occurrence to see the brown grass, the grass brown like that. We have not had very much rain this year. Not complaining. Mother Nature does what it always does. We got way too much rain last year, and this year we don't get so much. And we're supposed to have quite a bit of rain this winter. I said it was going to be milder and we'll have more incidents of rain, which I'm not looking forward to, because when it gets down to, let's say you got 40 degrees during the day and it's raining, then the sun goes down, then it changes over to snow. And when it's in the mid to upper 30s, it's going to be wet, soggy snow, which is the absolute worst to clean. And also, when it gets close to around freezing temperature, that's when you get a chance for rain to freeze as freezing rain, knocking power out, things like that. So we definitely don't want that. So today's walk is going to be 5.5 to 6 miles. Best guess. I could cheat and go back the other way, which I came. Then it would be closer to 5. But I didn't walk yesterday because we went shooting. And my hours kind of got messed up, and I took a nap. And then early this morning I went and did groceries as soon as grocery store opened this morning. Then when I came home I took a nap, a pretty long one, being Sunday. Usually I sleep about 7 or 8 hours on Sunday. That's my day to sleep in. And so I kind of equated that in naps, if that makes sense. So I'll get back to the house, I'll have some liquids, I'll have some trail mix. I bought one of my favorite decadent trail mixes, and that is a dark chocolate and peanut butter trail mix. It's got chunks of dark chocolate in it, has chocolate covered peanuts, has peanuts that aren't chocolate covered, and it also has this kind of like wafer stuff that has a frost coating on it. It's peanut butter flavored. No, it's not the healthiest trail mix you could get, but I don't really have to worry about that because I don't eat junk food all the time, and I am in pretty good shape at this point. And we got those trees turning across the street, patches of orange in them, and I do realize it's starting to get dark. So street lights aren't triggered yet, but they will be shortly, any moment now. We should see the street lights come on. Probably while we're walking down this stretch, you'll see them come on. And that is a big, beautiful moon. And how many people have said that about Trump? You know, he likes to go play golf. People know, they know where he plays golf. But, you know, I don't think they announce tee times. So that's a security issue. But this person knew when he was going to be golfing. I don't know how he knew that. Maybe it's just as simple as when he's golfing, they close the golf course off to the public, even though he owns it, you know. Maybe that's how they knew. I don't know. But that guy was, he was either live streaming it or he was intending to live stream it, because he had a GoPro that looks just like this one hanging on the fence. How crazy is that? This guy wanted to be, I think he wanted to be a hero to millions of people who hate Trump, and he was going to stream this. He's going to be famous. He's going to be a celebrity. Maybe he thought the whole world was going to thank him, and he'd get a book deal out of it, maybe a movie deal. Who knows what these people think? But he's going to go down as just being a nut, because you are. If you do something like that, you're a nut. Street lights have turned on now. Up ahead anyway, these haven't yet. But there's one up ahead that's on. Probably should switch over to the night cam soon. So I imagine this picture right here probably doesn't look very good. Well, I don't know. I'm looking at it in the rear view screen. We'll leave it on for a little bit. No, that isn't a street light that's on that I saw. It's light reflecting off the bottom of the wire hanging over the road. Headlights. I just hit 4 miles. This is my usual 5-mile spot. My stomach is growling. Because all I had before I left the house was a plate of rice with some yellow corn, which is one of my favorite walking stuff to eat because it's light on the stomach. No meat in it or anything. I don't like to walk with a heavy filled stomach, because what you don't want to do is be walking like this and you get stuff sloshing around in your stomach that's digesting. You don't want that. It's not a good feeling. So now I am very hungry, actually. In fact, when I get back, instead of having some trail mix, some decadent chocolate peanut butter trail mix, I think I'll just make a plate of food with some turkey meat, and have some rice and some vegetables, maybe some mixed vegetables. So I get corn and green beans and peas and all kinds of goodies. I might chop up a couple potatoes and an onion, have some fried onions and some olive oil, season it with something nice. And all this talking right now is making me hungry. I need to shut up about that. Very happy with the Secret Service today. What a good job. Oh my God. I'm telling you, you're gonna have to look at that Trump International golf course map of the golf course, which if you find the one I'm talking about, it'll have all the different holes on it numbered. So that was released in the official statement that Trump was in between hole 5 and 6. Okay? So in between 5 and 6 is right along that road where that fence is. And you'll see that right away when you look at that. Our favorite president is very lucky again today. Very lucky. And you know what I think about is you had that assassination attempt in Butler, Pennsylvania, back in July. And they beefed up his security team. So now he had an advanced team up ahead. And those are the ones that spotted this guy. So maybe this will send a message to other people that if you're going to try this, no matter how well you think you've planned your plan, it's not going to work. So these people were trained well, and they spotted exactly what they needed to spot, took action immediately, and eliminated the threat with attempted gunfire anyway. But the point is once that person starts and you start shooting at him, the threat of him killing the president then is ended. So that's eliminating the threat despite eliminating your shooter. So I can't wait to see all the liberals on the internet tonight crying, upset that they missed again. And, you know, these people are sick. They're sick. So I am, you can see it's starting to get dark. Street lights are on now. They did finally come on. I knew it was going to be soon. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to the night vision and we'll see where we go from there. All right, there we are back with the super view. You'll see it's a wider view. I'm going to hold you closer to my chest. And the thing with this is I liked putting it in a harness because it would hold it still and follow my body when I walk. So hopefully this is not too shaky, I hope. I'm going to try to hold it against my chest like if I was wearing a harness. So you probably might see it move a little. Hopefully it's not too bad. I could smell somebody cooking with a grill. It smells good. I don't like smelling that when I'm hungry. This is the house I go by where dogs go crazy, so hopefully they don't do that. So anyway, we got it on the night vision now. We got a Harris sign. And like I said, when you see American flags, those are the Trump voters. They're not going to put signage out because they're afraid to. Right? So we'll walk down this way. Oh boy, my stomach is really growling. I am getting too hungry. And I don't bring snack mics with me on my walk to chomp on because, you know, I record video and nobody likes to hear somebody chewing food and talking with their mouth full and oh, this is so good. I mean, I don't think you really care about that. I wouldn't want to watch that anyway. So I think this will be watchable, I guess. Hold it as stable as I can on my chest, in between my pectorals, if you're wondering where you're sitting right now. I might even flip it around and do a night selfie. That might actually look watchable, maybe. Maybe we'll test it. We'll do a short little test. Put this out on the selfie pole, and when we watch it back, we'll see how watchable this is. And the reason why this is watchable is you're going to see the background moving, but the focal point is on me. So it's easier to watch without the camera shaking around, at least I hope so. So, anyway, I am hungry. Got sun coming up here. A motorcycle. Freaking crazy day today. Test it out some more out at a further distance, see how that looks. And this is on the Super View widescreen. So this is like an ultra widescreen. So it feels good to walk today after not walking yesterday. I miss one day of walking and I start feeling guilty that I'm doing something wrong, which is good, but you know, this winter I'm not going to be able to walk every day because we're going to have a lot of snow and ice, and we're going to have snow banks, and I don't feel like pulling a muscle or twisting or ripping a ligament or something because I slipped on something while I'm walking. I will only walk in the wintertime if it's warm and the snow has melted enough to make it safe and there's no snow on the sidewalks behind me. Otherwise, I'm not walking. Last year we spent a lot of winter with no snow, a lot of rain. Then when we did get snow, it got warm and melted quickly. This year, I think from the forecast, it's going to be the same. But over here, starting to put up the Halloween decorations. You can see. And that look cool. They're always working on their stuff. So that's pretty cool. That's going to be fun to watch. Isn't that cool? All right. Put you back on regular camera. There we go. We'll see how that looked. I don't have really much hope that that looked great or anything. But we'll experiment together, see how that looks. Right now I'm interested in getting home and eating. I am hungry. I sure am glad they did not shoot our favorite president today. I don't know how many lives he has. If he's like a cat. But from what I know out of this, they would have got him today. Please don't shoot my favorite president. Excuse me. Alright, hope everybody had a nice weekend. I really do. So I got the boost on here set on high, but it's not like full boost. And boost is the stabilizer. So there's like moderate stabilization on this picture, where it is going to move a little bit. Should be smooth enough to watch without it jerking around and being jumpy, I hope. This will be a good test for me because, you know, I want to walk with this at night. And so I want to see how stable it will be. But pretty soon it's going to be too cold to walk at night, but I'll be able to until at least first week in November. Hi. So I'm not going to take my left-hand turn up here. I'm going to head on straight. Whew. My stomach grumbling has subsided a bit. comes a ambulance. Say a prayer for that person, whoever that is in there. They're heading on up the road to the hospital. Cut across here. They won't get run over. Looked like that person wasn't paying attention to me at all. So you got two choices when you notice somebody's not paying attention. You can either stop and let them all go before you go, or think that you have enough time to cross the crosswalk and they will just see you, which is what happened there. So excuse me. Now it's dark, pretty much. We're almost done the walk though. Not much happier because I got my walk in, as we're being blinded by headlights. She blinded me with headlights. $3.12 for gas now. It's gone down about 20 cents. A little under 20 cents. The peak summer travel season is just about over. That's really the main reason why. If you're a SmartPay member, it's $3.02, and if you're a regular non-carry member, it's $3.12. Right now, Walmart has gas for about $2.65, I think. So a lot of people go to Walmart across the river. But generally speaking, prices at most places is $3 to $3.15, $3 to $3.15, I think. So anyway, we'll sign off up ahead here. I gotta check my mileage. I gotta check my miles. We're at 5.2 miles. So I got my 5 miles today. So we will sign off up ahead. And click like and subscribe, share the content, and let me know what you think about the second Trump assassination attempt. Let me know what you think in the comments. Should Trump just hide in the basement like Biden did? Should he put his fist in the air in defiance? Fight, fight, fight. This definitely helps him because it martyrs him. It's a sympathy vote. People are like, why is he doing this, you know? He's already a billionaire. Why the hell would he want to do this unless he truly did love the country? So, and that's the kind of slingshot effect that happened when Bolsonaro in Brazil, and somebody tried to stab him to death while he was campaigning. They didn't kill him, and it helped him get elected. So, anyway, everybody, thank you for walking with me. And like I said, click like and subscribe. Share your thoughts on things. And again, if this video is difficult to watch, I apologize. I will use the harness at nighttime when I know I'm going to be walking at night. I thought I could get home before it got dark, but hopefully this wasn't too bad. So, God bless you guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you had a beautiful weekend. Hope you have a beautiful week coming up. Pray for President Trump. Stay safe. And keep him in your prayers. We need to get him to win this election. So with that, we'll say goodbye, everybody. Have a beautiful evening, and we will see you on the next walk, Walking with J.Beau. Thank you for walking. Bye-bye.